Hi guys, today is today's the day that I go for my Picc line and for my diagnosis of the PET scan. So last night I had a really rough night. I don't know why I was having the breast pains that I was having, but yeah, it kind of kept me up all night. As you can see, I was up at like after 2. But then I fell back asleep. I took a Tylenol and it seemed to take the edge off of things. So I'm definitely going to mention that to my medical oncologist when I see him this afternoon. But for now, we are on the road at 7:30 to get to the hospital for my Picc line insertion. So let's go. All right, it's 9:15. Procedure's all done, and we're heading home. So I'm home now after my appointment from getting my Picc line put in. And for those of you who don't know what a Picc line is, basically what it is they insert something into your arm, and it's basically like a connection so that when you're getting your chemo, it's an easy connection for them to just plug you in basically, instead of going every single week and poking at you every single week. It's a lot easier. So I did the procedure. They put a sleeve on, just like a mesh sleeve. And basically this is what it looks like. They insert it right here. And how the procedure was they actually brought you in, they laid you down on like an OR table, basically. And they have this X-ray scan come down over you, just to make sure that they could see what they were doing. And then they had an ultrasound machine, and they used the ultrasound gel to kind of guide where the biggest vein was and the best vein is to insert the line. So they clean the area with like a normal or cleaning solution. They put your arm up, and they tend to do it for breast cancer patients. They tend to do it on the side that you don't have cancer, or you believe that you don't have cancer, so they tend to do it away from the site. So in my case, because the left breast hasn't been confirmed, they did it on the left hand. So they lay you down, they freeze it, and the freezing is actually, it feels almost like a bee sting for about 5 seconds, and then you don't feel anything. So what they do is they insert it in your thickest vein, and they fish it all the way through into your chest, closest to your heart, which you don't feel any of that. And before you know it, it's done. They bandage you up. And basically what it is like I said, this piece right here, when you go in for your chemotherapy, they can just plug you in. There's no issues with poking you every single week in the vein. If they want to flush, if they want to give you hydration, whatever it is that they need to do, this little bad boy right here makes it a whole lot easier for you. So basically I just have to keep it dry. She told me that I can order sleeves off of Amazon that are waterproof, because of course you do have to shower, but you have to keep your arm out of the shower and try to keep it as dry as possible. If you get it wet, if you get it, you know, hung up on anything, then you definitely have to get it looked at. For me, I have home care that I can contact, and they'll be the ones to fix it for me, because the last thing you want is to get it wet and then infection can set in because it's moist and, you know, damp and all that. So it's going to be interesting for me to kind of keep this, you know, keep it dry, keep it healthy, but I'll be fine. I'll be good. So I'm glad that the Picc line is installed. Everything went well. It was painless. And yeah, that's it. So later on this afternoon, I go to the cancer center. I have an afternoon appointment to see my medical oncologist. And in that appointment, he's going to give me the results from the PET scan that I did a couple days ago. He's also going to give me a list of the medications, confirm the list of medications that he plans on putting me on for the chemo treatment, and talk about, you know, just the whole expectation around what to expect with this. So I will keep you posted. I'm back at it this afternoon, and I'll keep you guys posted and let you know what's going on. Alright guys, I am headed off to my afternoon appointment with my medical oncologist. So here we are, back on the road again. Hi guys. So when I left off this morning, I mentioned that I was going to go to my doctor to see. Hi guys. So when I mentioned last, I told you I was going to see my medical oncologist to talk about my treatment and talk about the results from my PET scan that I had a couple of days ago. And the PET scan results, I told you that they're they're much clearer than a CT scan, so it's much more detailed for the doctors to be able to see if anything has spread anywhere else. And so it's not good news. So apparently it has spread to a lymph node, which is very close to my lung. So not in the lung, but very close to the lung. And they have staged me at stage 3B, which is obviously not a great stage to be. And it's going to be a little bit difficult, or more difficult, to treat. So, you know, I've been having issues with just my throat recently, like swallowing, and I think I mentioned in my last video that there was times where I would feel like my lymph node is like draining, and it was such a weird feeling. So if you look at my neck, I can actually see what he's talking about, and he actually touched right along here. So that is the culprit, and that's not good. Just give me a minute. You know, I really try to be strong. And I know it's gonna be a tough fight. But I'm gonna fight. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna fight. And no matter what, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna push through. The good thing is that I have a creator. I know that God is on my side. I know that he will help to pull me through. And I have faith that even though this is going to be a very difficult fight, that I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. So I just need to get these tears out of the way. Shh, honey. I just need to get these tears out of the way and absorb everything the doctor said to me, which he's actually in really good spirits. He feels that it's definitely going to be a fight. It's not incurable, but he definitely said it's, you know, it's close to that level, but they're not walking away from it. And the chemo will be aggressive. We'll hope that It flushes it out because triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma, which is what I have, tends to respond very well to chemotherapy. And so we will hope that this is the case and we can shrink whatever's there and proceed with additional therapy. So it's not good news, but it's not terrible news. It could be a lot worse. And so I wanted to share and let you guys know I'm still starting chemotherapy tomorrow. And you know, I want this channel to be real. I'm not going to sugarcoat things or make it seem as though I have everything all together, because I don't. But I really, really try to make sure that this thing called cancer is not going to get the best of me. It won't get the best of me. And I will fight until the end. So, that's my diagnosis. And I just need to absorb it and get ready tomorrow to do my chemotherapy with my husband by my side. And so it's going to be chemotherapy once a week for 5 hours. And I'll also see my oncologist once a week, usually the day before. He has sent all the medication that I need to take. Actually, I have to pick that up later today because they have forwarded that over to my pharmacy, and it's medication that I need to take in preparation for chemotherapy tomorrow, and medication that I would have to take every morning before chemotherapy. So I just need to pick those up, read the instructions, and kind of just get familiar with all of that, since that will be an ongoing thing for a while. But as far as, you know, following through with the treatment, like I showed you guys earlier, I've got my Picc ready. I've got all the information that I need. I've got medication waiting for pickup, and I'm going to do this. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would love if you would subscribe, like, share. It's really important that people out there, you know, understand about breast cancer, the different types, and understand the real things and the real issues surrounding it once you're diagnosed. So thanks for being on this journey with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.